Anyhow, when I was growing up, Thanksgiving is a lot like it was today. I don't think it's changed hardly in tradition at all. But one of the things I would have to say within my family, although we all got together and, sat around the table and basically ate more than enough food to feed us for a lifetime, one of the things that wasn't a big tradition for us was actually going to church on Thanksgiving. It's not a day of obligation, so we didn't go to church pretty much on Thanksgiving. I know this is kind of hard for you to believe because you're all here today. But that just wasn't part of our tradition. Now, the interesting thing that had happened was when I was in the seminary and I was starting to, get more and more into the faith, obviously, they did what they called a pastoral year. And on pastoral year, you're sent to a parish for the year to basically live with the priests, to work with the people, to get a feel, if you will, for what it's like to live the priestly life. And it was coming up on Thanksgiving, and the priests in the house were all talking about how they loved the Thanksgiving Mass. I'm like, well, whatever. I don't know. I had no tradition. For me, this would be like the first time I'm actually going to Mass on Thanksgiving. And I have to admit, it was probably one of the nicest experiences of the Christian community that I had pretty much that entire year. Nobody had to be there. Everybody wanted to be there. And the people who came were like the faces that I just started getting familiar with. And all of a sudden, to see those faces now all together in one place, it really was a touching and moving event. It really was something for me that hammered home what Thanksgiving truly is about. I'm very thankful to God for my priesthood, and I'm very thankful to God for the communities that He's permitted me to be with, people like yourselves, people that I can be with time and time again, through the good and the bad, through the happy and the sad. And I thank God for that opportunity to be able to fall in love with all of you, especially now. I also had an experience that sticks with me. I was sent off to study, and part of my studies took me to Rome for a couple of years. And in Rome, I lived in a house with all Americans. So Thanksgiving, well, I wasn't with my family, but I was with a bunch of my brother priests, and even some bishops and cardinals would show up. And in our big dining hall, we would have this lavish Thanksgiving celebration. And it was absolutely wonderful. Eating together, talking together, just sharing and enjoying our own American, if you will. This is the first time I realized it, how American it was to be, to celebrate Thanksgiving. Because as soon as it was done and you stepped out into the streets of Rome, it was like any other day in Rome. Tourists going by, cars, motorinos, noise, all the people rushing about and doing all the different things. And it was the first time that I longed to be back with my family and with my community. Because as wonderful a celebration as it was, I realized it was something uniquely American, something that we do in this country. And it is something I think we ought to treasure. It really is. I had a whole new appreciation for like those who serve in our military and are away from their families, because the TV system that we had in our house was given to us by the Armed Forces Network. So we saw the same thing that all the soldiers would be seeing, all the same ads that they have now. If you've never seen Armed Forces, the network, all of the ads are about Operation Security and make sure you don't loose lip sync ships kind of stuff. And that's all it was. You didn't get any regular commercials during the football game. So we were able to watch American football and enjoy each other's company. But it gave me a whole new appreciation for Thanksgiving and for what today is about. It's a very unique day, isn't it? There's no other day really on our calendar like it. There's no Catholic holiday like it. As much as we all love Christmas, as much as we love Easter, as much as we love celebrating some of the great feasts that we have, and they are beautiful in their own way, today has something, I think, very important about it. And there's a couple of parts to it that I'd like to just offer for your reflection. The first part is our gratitude. Our gratitude. First off, the Eucharist literally means thanksgiving. Our gratitude to Almighty God. Think of the blessings that God has given us, both as a parish community and as families, as this parish family who gathers here and the larger families that we have beyond these walls. The blessings that we receive. the many blessings that we owe a debt of gratitude to God for. And they are, I'm sure, for all of you, many. But also, too, coming here before God to say to him on this particular day, God, we thank you. We thank you so much for the blessings. Just do it here with our Catholic family. Now, do remember that Thanksgiving itself was born out of trial and tribulation. It wasn't born out of surplus like a lot of us do today. You know, it was a tough harvest. It was a difficult time. It was post Civil War. It was post independence. It all has that same thing hanging over it, that our nation needed to come out of its adversity and remember who's most important, why we have such a great nation, why we have such beautiful foundations, and it's because of the blessings of Almighty God. And so we begin there. But also, too, as I reflect on Thanksgiving year after year, I know what it's like to be in a family. Now, I know a lot of you think that we priests are hatched in these really holy families. It's like a little incubator that they put priests in. And is that true for any of us? Because I don't think so, no. When you think about it, we go off to our families as well. And we sit around tables just like you are. And we have a lot of the same issues that some of you might be anticipating already. You know, that one person in the family that will inevitably have that extra drink they shouldn't have had, and all of a sudden bring up the topics they shouldn't be. And then the interesting kind of way that has to everybody has to kind of muddle it, or that same heavy heart that we might have because of the person who won't be sitting at the table, either because they passed tragically. All of those things considered, sometimes when we start to anticipate these family moments, we let them get clouded over. And here's my recommendation to you right now. Also think of those people you will be seeing today that maybe you haven't seen for some time. Maybe those people in your family that, might be a little bit annoying or a little goofy, but you're going to be sitting across the table from them and have the blessing of their presence in your life. To have that person, that child that's been wandering, that your youngsters who have moved off to another state who will come back. I could go through so many different scenarios, but to be thankful to God that no matter who this person is, and no matter how much your relationship may be strained or beautiful, that you can sit there and look across the table at that person and thank God that you have this love, this person in your life. Because they might not be the one sitting at the table next year, and appreciate it deeply. Another one of these things that I've noticed in my own life too is that today is uniquely one of those days when we do shut down and we do put aside and we do stop all of the craziness. And so today I invite you, when you go to your homes, turn off the craziness, turn off the world, turn off all the other things, and focus on what, for me, is one of the more important blessings that we have, and that's our family. Pray for those who will not be with family today, whether they're in the military or whether they're estranged from their family or they're far from their family. Pray for those people, too, when you give your thanks to God. Pray for His blessings upon them. And so when you gather around your table today, I'm going to give you the technique that I want you to use. When you go to pray your prayers of gratitude, remember that all prayers of gratitude have two parts. I am thankful to, for. I am thankful to God. So when you say the words, if it's your family tradition to say what you're thankful for this year, you must start the sentence with, I am thankful to God for. I am thankful to God. If it doesn't start with the I am thankful to God, our nation, if you listen to anything now, it's all what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful that I have such a good job. I'm thankful that I have a great house. I'm thankful that I have a big car. So what? If I'm not thankful to God who has blessed me, who has allowed me to have this family, these friends, this comfortable house, it's all blessings from God. And so when you go to say the for, remember that you're thankful to. And make sure that God is a big part of that gratitude. Because I found in my own life, especially with some of the places I've been and things that I've done, that if it weren't for God, I'd be a mess. And guess what? I am a mess. But I'm a good mess because God has blessed me. And so don't worry about the messiness of being around those, that are your family, that you're anticipating, that all the little things that are in your mind. Be thankful that you have them. Be thankful to God that He has blessed you with them. And most especially on this day today, don't waste a minute of that time together where you can once again fall in love with those who are closest to you, for they are blessings to you from God. God bless you.